Good evening, ladies, lords, lasses, and all those in between. It is I, your humble game master, the Deathly Shad, here today to bring you some more Rains of Vitrium content with episode 80. Ooh, getting up there on the episode count. And here today to join me are my lovely, lovely co-hosts and lovely, lovely players. Agathar, say hi to the people.
I now have a reason to live.
Awesome. Morrigain, say hi to the people.
Still in the doghouse.
Yes, you are. Rensois, say hi to the people.
Hello.
All right. Soren, say hi to the people.
Hi, it's been 84 years.
It's only been 30
Yeah,
you're fine.
man.
And Vani, say hi to the people.
Curse these invisible servants. It's getting too clean. Can't find anything.
What? I'm so confused right now.
Everything was on the floor where Valny could find it. Now it's not.
Oh, I remember I had Morrigan essentially ordered the servants to
Oh,
keep the forge clean because she is not having this messiness.
Fair enough. At any rate, remember to like, subscribe, and follow, so on and so forth. We go live on twitch.tv/deathlyshad for live commentary. You can get us in the post-stream and pre-stream, before and after the recording on Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. CST, or you can join us afterwards for or you can, if you don't want to watch on Twitch, you can always watch the VOD, which should go on Wednesday at the same time. At any rate, it's enough of the howdy you do's and howdy wells. Let's get right into the session. So, when last we left our adventurers, Agathar, the kobold rogue, Morrigan, the halfling divination wizard, Rensois, the rabbit folk monk, Soren, the rabbit folk samurai, and Vani, the rabbit folk smith, the party, after hearing Morrigan's heartfelt apology to everyone within the carriage, Cecil being crazy and Eloise being nice, finally arrive in Vuori proper and begin making their way to the closest village nearby, Silentview. But what await the party there? Who will they meet? What will they do? And what preparations will they make to take down the Vuorian king and save the archmage of the divines? Who knows? I don't. Let's find out today as we go to the Rains of Vitrium. And yes, I know you're currently seeing the Vitrium map, but wow,
Wow, it only took how many months?
Shut it! Don't make me come over there, okay? I will rocks fall your character so fast.
Which one?
You've done that already.
Both of them! I'll kill them both.
The joke's on you. They're both hard to kill.
The joke's on you! Ah, yes.
One of them has clones.
A deep cut reference that no one will get. Soul Cage is a thing.
Valen survived it.
I was about to say, I was like, didn't that already happen, actually?
I don't think Soul Cage happened to him yet.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, it did.
What?
Yeah, Jalom's tower.
It sure did.
Oh!
Yeah, remember he tried to do the thing to make Mel vulnerable, and it triggered a trap.
Oh!
It definitely triggered a trap card.
Yep. Valen's
You triggered my trap card.
It's a tactical nuke. He's very hard to kill.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, Shad, you got rid of the hinterlands.
You're talking about the hinterlands.
The map.
Look, don't worry about it, okay? Those hinterlands never existed.
I've mentioned them so many times.
Look, the hinterlands are all over the place, okay? I don't need to have them labeled.
Do you know what the meaning of the word hinterland means?
Uninhabited
it's
land.
Lands that have been hintered.
they're
Lands that have been
lands,
hintered.
No, they're lands in the hinter.
Unmapped wilderness lands.
Ah, yes, they
Yeah.
have been settled.
Yeah. Yeah, well, if they're unmapped, that's why they're not here. This is a map.
Exactly. Boom. Get worded on.
The hinterlands just aren't on the map.
Get English,
Because they're
bitch.
hinterlands.
So
Congrats, you played yourself.
Boom.
Get English, bitch.
Get English.
I made this map and Shad's butchered it. Ugh.
Oh, hush. Okay, I improved it. Okay. What did it have
Vuorian.
before me? Nothing.
Mystique.
Oh, uh-huh. Yeah. You keep
That sure
that
is
up.
a giant hole in the ground.
I'll fucking get you, okay? At any rate, so, as Eloise unfurls the map, you guys see that you are currently right here, in this little position right here, with a river between you and Silentview, which is like the closest village that's nearby.
Also, Shad has a token now. I gave it to you.
Yeah, I know. I already uploaded it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
With that having been said and done, Eloise kind of turns to Agathar, who is currently the key holder and pilot, so to speak, of this particular carriage, and says, we're gonna need to cross a small bridge to get over there. There should be one nearby, but you know what bridges typically attract.
Trolls.
The cart can't fly.
Yeah, that's
You
what I
can-
was just about to it could fly temporarily. So we
Shad's just like, shit.
we could make it fly temporarily just outside of a village.
Or we could simply ford the river. The roost is capable of becoming a boat.
That's true.
We can ford the river despite the fact I bought Chevy.
Staring.
Thank God it's not a Ford.
Which would you prefer then, Agathar, I suppose?
Well, staring at the map, where would Soren's village be?
Soren.
He has no clue.
Soren.
No clue.
Was Soren's village? It was a nomadic village. They roamed around.
Right.
I think
But
he's
we don't-
trying to figure out which village the parents were at.
Right.
Well,
Good
we-
attempt to scry. Though
you could.
It's failed every other time I've attempted it. Your folks are stubborn.
You could do that.
Maybe
Hit all
that's where I
these.
get it from.
We could hit the closest one to see if they've seen a nomadic tribe wandering around.
They
The parents were
they were evicted
also
from your tribe. Yes.
evicted from the tribe. They were exiled as well. So
Oh,
the tribe
okay.
wouldn't be here. This is just where they ended up.
No, the tribe could
okay.
certainly be here. They could certainly be
They
here.
could
They're
be.
nomadic, but the
Yeah, they
parents
could
are
be.
not a member of the tribe anymore. They are probably somewhere over here.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
Forgot about that part.
yeah. That's like one of the reasons that Soren was looking for him, is because they were exiled. So maybe they could shine
Yeah.
some light on why he was exiled. Because despite it being tribal law that the exile is supposed to be told why
I
they're being exiled, he
believe,
was never given an
um,
explanation.
I believe that Neatal has also specified that your parents are that the last time she saw your parents were in Thurbolder.
Also, didn't the Morrigan construct that we were interacting with before we actually fought her, didn't that give any kind of hint as to where the parents were?
It simply said
No.
it was not within the cities she intended to sack.
Which, going by Morrigan's plans, I will just map. I'll just helpfully mark all the cities that she was going to destroy.
Circles the entire map.
Let me just
Is the entire map just goes red?
do a thing. I am going to put these little markers. We're gonna remove that, and I'm gonna copy this one. All right. Boop. 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 And there you go.
It's just look at the maps. It's like, so everything is like, well, yeah.
I mean, I was pretty angry.
I think it missed 2 cities.
Well, to be fair, Eloise will also mention this. These are the human-controlled cities. You know, these are the cities that are under the purview of the king who lives in Ironview, and Thurbolder and Bernolder, Bernuler are both dwarven cities. For frame of reference.
Morgan's still shackled, just kind of sitting in a chair. It's like, what? Does it change the magnitude now that you see it on the map?
And staring at the map too, would Agathar know where his old house is?
His old
we
house.
We probably passed it.
His old
Wait a minute,
house would be around over here.
Okay.
In fact,
Damn, funny
I'll
thing.
put a little marker there.
Mm-hmm.
I was guessing like right here.
What color you want it to be?
Blue.
Purple.
Blue is the color of your map marker. I'm gonna make it green.
Green. Yeah, that works.
Why wouldn't we make our map marker the new token you just made?
Because
Shad,
it's
Shad considering.
And I think there's one question Soren still hasn't asked me at all yet.
there you go.
He wants to ask.
There you go. There's your little map marker now. It's harder to see than this little dot right here. That's fine.
But there will be no question on what's what.
At any rate, so yeah, right here, Badoop is your point of interest for Agathar's old home.
Mm-hmm. Well, what we could do is
Oh, also, secondary aside, a little marker here in the necropolis for the location of the Archmage of the Divine's ring.
Yep. And where is the archmage currently?
Abigail's.
Way the fuck up here.
Oh, I see Abigail. Okay. Holy shit. All right.
So pretty much
It's
what
just-
I'm seeing is from us to Silentview.
Also, very minor
Okay.
aside, this marker up here is Morrigan's old haunt where her master is.
Yeah, White Woods. The White Hoods.
But this is essentially where I see our quest going.
Also,
there's no point in...
let me just put some little map markers everywhere because I can do it now.
It's like, I love the names of these cities. We got Penhallow, Silentview, Silcross, and Abigail.
Yeah.
All right. So I have marked all the points of interest that you guys are interested in going to at a point in time. Soren's parents, obviously. Possibly Soren's parents. My fault. Agathar's old home, the capital city, where the Archmage of the Divine's ring is, Morrigan's master's haunt, and where the Archmage of the Divine is.
Yeah, I thought Thurbolder was the capital. All right, never mind.
No. What?
No,
could
Ironview is
do-
the capital of the human cities.
Yeah. Is hit Silentview, then Silcross, and then Thurbolder. I mean, what else could we do? Silentview,
Sure, I'll do
Silcross,
second one.
maybe swing by that for just the moment. We don't need to stay long, and then go to Thurbolder. We could fly over the mountains if that's a okay idea. I don't know how treacherous that would be, but
All right. So
worst case scenario, it could be.
I have marked it out. The red circled area is the human-controlled territory.
Okay.
I don't know why it is you wish to go to these two towns.
Supplies. See if we can get information about local things. Maybe if ch-ldr-n is making moves in Vuori, then maybe we could get information based on where they were,
Looking like that.
He shrugs.
No one is going to take you seriously there.
I might have some people that can help with information gathering.
Also, the purple area, the purple outlined areas are dwarven control.
Well,
Can we get a area of what's Abigail controlled?
There's no need. You can
I know.
you can see
I'm
right.
being
Abigail
a-
controls the whole map. She goes where she wants. No one can stop her.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
But she doesn't go anywhere. So just that one spot.
if it's information, probably not going to be a whole lot useful, but I can reach out to some people. Don't know where they're at currently. They're somewhere around here.
Well, if you'd like, Vonnie, you could roll me a history check.
Oh, yay. Where's my character sheet?
I believe in you.
You said history?
Yes, unless Morgan would like to port into this role.
I forget what I rolled for port. 17 and a 6? Nah.
No portents. I see how it is.
Damn, I'm already trying to get him to burn it.
Nope, nothing.
Well, going by what you know, like a 5 still gets you something.
They're somewhere.
No, it's not like that. You would know that specifically your old group likes to take care of the villages nearest to the necropolis, so they would very likely be in either Pond Hollow, Bear Rock, or Storm Meadow.
How badly do you need this information?
I mean, you're going to the necropolis anyway, aren't you, Mile?
No, I'm talking to the party.
Oh,
About the necropolis?
Necropolis, goings on around the towns.
We're looking for a powerful magical object. If someone hasn't already found it, likely no one knows where it is.
They might have information if anyone's attempted into the necropolis.
I don't think we know anything about the necropolis. The only thing we know is that it's just a undead city, sort of.
Alright. Sounds good. So,
Can I roll history on the necropolis?
Could we not just ask Skanka?
no,
you could indeed.
I have some people that focus on the defensive. Don't know if they're going to be willing to go on the offensive, but most likely they are still keeping tabs on the necropolis.
Okay, so Morrigan, what you would know about the necropolis specifically with that 16 history, because you rolled the GM for some reason.
Oh, I think I'm still set that way from the last game I ran. My bad.
It's all good, man. At any rate, but what you would know with the 16 history is that the necropolis is both a semi-tourist attraction for the rich and powerful, and also a source of fear and superstition within Vuori. You would know that oftentimes adventurers are basically paid a lot of money to go in and try and clear out specific sections of the necropolis, but they never delve too deep into it. They never get super deep into it. It's always a surface level places where they get to. And most of the time, the people on the outskirts just kind of watch it happen with a couple teleportation scrolls nearby in case they need to evacuate.
The necropolis, from what I heard in my dealings around Vuori, is like an old sore, an old wound in this place. It's kept at bay, trimmed like a shriveled tree. Much like the Briarwoods. Though, I don't believe many know the extent of the damage, considering it's all underground.
So
No one
going there
goes
would
very
be. So going there would.
dangerous.
So it'd be a good idea to bring some. No, bring some lanterns if we go there.
To be put lightly.
I'll see what I can't whip up. Uh, I'll. Hmm. Are we going straight to the necropolis, or
No, we
Hey, look,
should. We should at least maybe go to one of the villages for supplies. I don't know how we're running. Um, and then I want to. We should go to Thurbolder first to see if Soren's parents are there, and then we could at least hit the necropolis. At least with Thurbolder, it's a well-known area. I think maybe we could get Anka to teleport there, so she can join us
Honestly,
for the necropolis.
honestly, Aggie, it's my parents are a low priority considering what's going on here. As long as they're safe, I can always find them later.
Well, that ring isn't going anywhere.
The archmage, though, may. There's only so much deterrence Abigail can provide for so long if she is truly a target of the kingdom.
The archmage should be the top priority.
we might have better luck with supplies in Pond Hollow. Still have
would-
some sway if we can
would hope-
last to there.
We'd hope for Thurbolder. They are more accepting.
So we could cut through the middle, or at least just go right through Silentview to go to Thurbolder, and then just take the main road all the way to Abigail's.
You see Morrigan quiver at that. I would rather we go around. We won't be able to keep our fast pace that way. Going through those lands, we would stick out like a sore thumb and gain the wrong attention.
Hey, Renswa, your brother had a pair of goggles that helped him see in the dark, right?
He did, yes.
Do you know if he by chance left them with us, or if he took them with him when Lucas took them?
I can check his room, but knowing him, he would have them on him.
Don't bother. There's just a few spears in there.
Yeah, it was worth it to ask, I guess.
Bunch of reagents. Don't really care for them.
So how about this? Maybe we can kill two birds with one stone. We could go home, make a quick trip there. I want to check if something's there. Then we can cut right near the mountains towards the main road. We don't have to cross the paths of the towns.
At least until we have the proper
Representation.
disguises.
Yeah. I can at least alter stealth into a human kid, so I at least could do that for a bit.
I'd recommend a dwarf, but kid is fine too.
Whatever works.
Eloise is just gonna hold up a hand. I mean, you could just disguise yourself as a regular kobold. Cecil's good with disguise kits and whatnot.
They still don't look favorable on anything that isn't human. Dwarves are a close second.
No, they don't. But at the same time, we're coming from the south, and they haven't seen us before. It'd be a lot easier to pass us off as various members of different races than it would be just a caravan of dwarves that happen to come out of nowhere with a highly magical caravan.
And to be honest, I probably don't need to disguise myself at all if I can just hide.
Oh, you can just
Saying is-
disappear from sight, can't you?
Yes.
Mhm.
Again, I only caution. They have no scruples about searching.
Agatha kind of like gives a little like scoff. Good luck if they can fucking find me.
Who said they'd be finding you? tear your room up, lift the floorboards.
So,
Eloise will
pair up
nod.
whatever they need.
No, she's right about that. You're a necromancer by trade, which means you would very likely have some form of research material or bone or something of the sorts around your room. Not to
Your
mention
archive.
not to mention your magical signature, which would be all over it if you were researching spells in there.
Fair.
Caravan keeps us safe, but it can only do so if we take the path less tracked.
If nobody can get in here, then nobody's going to know anything.
Well,
Cecil will raise a hand up. Pardon me, may I speak?
Sure.
Eloise will give Cecil a very small nod, with her eyes just trained on him, like, what are you doing? Cecil will clap their hands together with a little. So, I was thinking that maybe if the rest of you let me work my magic a little bit, I could help hide all the auras that are around this place. Maybe even disguise them as something else entirely. I happen to have the magic for that. Not to mention, I happen to have a bit of expertise in the field of disguising things. Little traces that people leave behind. They smile.
if a situation arises, perhaps, but from the outside we are safe.
An
Does it
ounce of
become-
prevention, Morrigan.
Like I have essay at this point.
Exactly. Still, an ounce of prevention, wouldn't you all agree?
No. I think I'm fine over here.
Well,
Still
of
have
course
some-
you're fine. You're a smith. Your magic is that of the paladin kind. They don't care about you. I'm more worried about Agathar, dearest, Francois, and, of course, your dearest brother Vaylin, whom has the stink of a grave cleric, if I recall.
He simultaneously did and didn't.
Time magic.
The biggest stink was his attitude. No.
We miss him dearly, but he was a stinker or something on the other.
Cecil never got the chance to actually interact with Vaylin all that much, so they can't
Lucky
make
him.
commentary. Yeah, I know, right? All I would need is an hour or two of access to your rooms, and I could spruce them up a bit. Give you a small field guide as to what to and not to do, and so on and so forth. And yes, Agathar, you can watch me while I do it.
Gross.
There's just glaring at Cecil.
They smile back and give you a little doo-doo wave.
Something to consider, I think. At least when we get closer to towns, or if you have to interact with a town that won't get on our good side.
And what about the roaming patrols?
We can get by the first one, but the second one will be aware of us.
Depending on what faction it is. I might be able to get us out of it.
I had gotten around much of Vuori, parading myself off as a dwarven potion crafter. It worked for a time.
It might have, before you went horseless on your carriage.
It was a horse. It isn't real.
I can make a horse.
You can make a
Head
horse.
turn. Head turn.
Like
Paladin.
we got this conversation here going like it's like I have a horse that's not real. I can make a horse.
That's not real.
I think everyone does like a slow head turn towards Vonnie.
I could summon a horse. Isn't that hard?
Phantom steeds and general steeds are not what we're thinking of, Vonnie.
I was just going to use the caravan's illusionary horse. It only has legs sometimes.
They shrug. Illusions can be seen through, but hey, if you think that's an issue, at which point, Cinder, who is kind of sitting in the background fondling cards, just kind of like stands up and goes, "Ah, yes, this welcoming. I could make a horse too."
You are powerful, no?
I certainly can be.
Can
They,
you make an illusion that can't be seen through?
of course, I have the ability to know.
Just like waves a hand over to the illusionist. Linchpin is like, we'll go with that one.
All right.
Cecil deflates. Aw, poo.
Well, I trust them more than you, and I barely know them.
Why wouldn't you trust me? I'm a
I just
perfectly
wanna
sane and fine individual.
I
Like, I
just
think
want to
it's
wear
several
the
reasons.
skin of one of your party members. It's totally normal, like rational shit. Come on.
Cecil doesn't say that.
Yeah, I mean, if we can, yeah, I think I've heard about skilled illusionists being able to make things into, well, reality. If you can do that with a actual horse, I think that would go a long way.
I do not know whatever you mean. This is not an illusory horse. This is a real one. I happen
See?
to have it in my pouches.
See,
Oh, I was
fine.
about to. Fantastic. We just keep farm animals in our back pockets now. Great. I love the idea of traumatizing something with corduroy.
Extra-dimensional spaces are wonderful, no?
Fair.
I mean, find steed is a spell.
I
That's the
can't
problem, Mr.
disagree
Spell.
with the extra dimensional space, considering we exist in one at the moment.
Fair enough.
Don't worry, it is a perfectly humane one, no?
I don't care, so long as it pulls its job.
Saying that in that accent, Shad.
Cinder, with your illusions, would you be able to hide auras, or is that just kind of layering something on top of something?
Let me check my spell list, no?
You would need a ring like mine. Perhaps Vani can make one.
It'll take some time, but I can make things work.
Time we have.
Cinder thinks to himself, and then, he- I literally just had opened. So, he thinks to himself, and then he's like, but alas, I do not think I can. But, however, my sibling can, no? He points to Ash. No, to Ember, my fault. And Ember goes, What? Oh, yes, I believe I could, no? It is a simple spell. I believe it might be called Nistul's Magical Aura, no?
It will take weeks to become permanent.
But it lasts a whole day, no?
It does.
Yeah, we don't need it to last permanent. Only when we get pulled over to get it inspected.
I mean, I'm doing nothing else throughout the whole day, no? I will only ask a simple thing in return.
Besides all of the free booed food and board that you currently have.
She holds up a finger and puts it back down. She holds it up again. And then kind of like waves it a couple times uncertainly before putting it back down again and just tapping
It's
her
not
fingers
like I get
together.
any final say. Spit it out.
I was going to ask for you guys to play card games with me. It is so boring here with nothing to do.
Looks over at the comfortable area with like hundreds and hundreds of books and the music and the like area with a bunch of like musical instruments, and then looks back and is like, "You're not trying."
Have you played chess with Belle yet?
Yes, and she cheats.
She's not cheat.
I do
No,
not
you're
cheat.
just bad.
She pouts. My sister is
Cheats
not
by
good. She's a
winning.
grand strategist. Chess is just a game that is he
An
he he
intelligent mind.
he
She feels something loom over her.
no, that's Cinder saying it.
Yeah, Cinder just feels something loom over him.
He looks up. He's like, oh, geez, why are you taller now?
Bella is just, are we talking shit? And he's like, no, go on, finish your sentence.
It is a game
Please,
for
give me a reason.
giant skeleton creatures. Yay!
Try reading a book. I have several hundred of them.
But they are of length, no.
Cinder
No, they are not blank. I bought so
Cinder-
many books, damn you.
Cinder perks up. Do they have pictures?
Oh my god, they're illiterate.
I look at them and I'm like, some of them have a picture or two.
Ember just pinches the bridge of her nose, and then just like a mage hand appears and flicks him on the forehead. Shh, and it flicks him on the forehead. Please do not say anything more. They will think we are stupid. But the long books are boring, though.
They are boring because you can't read.
I can read. I could be the greatest wizard of all time if I wanted to. But I
Then
prefer
prove
being
me
sneaky.
wrong.
Yeah, fine. Cinder marches over to a bookshelf.
Can I manipulate what book they pick?
Sure. What book do you want him to pick?
I kind of, as they're going over, I want to try to like follow their eye line and just have some of the books mix up via the
The Unseen Servants, yeah, I
the
figured.
unseen servants. And I want them to like go for a book and then just get handed like a really heavy tome. It's about like magical theory.
All right. He opens it up. I'm gonna have him
Dense.
make an
and
Arcana
wordy.
check. Hey, look at that. With a 20 Arcana, he begins reading you off magical theory verbatim from the book, without skipping a beat.
Fantastic. Find a seat. Take an hour or two to read that book.
No.
Getting back on track, what do we want to do? We could go up past the other towns and go in between, but I don't feel comfortable going in between a town that's going to hate us and the undead outpost.
Francois
If we
Agathar,
need some,
could one of you use your measure tool again to get that off?
That's
And you probably have it on linger.
I don't.
Weird.
Here, let me just do linger and then go back to instant.
Anyway, continue, please. I fixed it.
It's up to you guys. I don't want to, put my priorities over your guys's.
oh, I'm fine avoiding the towns. Like I said, if we need supplies, Pond Hollow is the best choice. Is my recommendation.
I have little skin in the game at this point. I only caution for your safeties.
All right. So, I believe it is time for me to introduce
The
The
Wheel
vote.
of Fate.
the vote stick. All right. So there's one for each of you. All right. So Bonnie wants to go to Pond Hollow, right?
Correct.
Okay. Agathar wants to go to his old home. Where does Rensois want to go? This is with the assumption that you'll
shoot.
be going from this place to Therabolder afterwards.
Yeah, she wants to go with Aggie.
Okay. Aggie's hut. Soren.
Soren wants to visit Aggie's hut.
Aggie's hut. And that is all there was to it, ladies and gentlemen. The voting is done.
Democracy.
This is Democracy Manifest.
Morrigan just sitting in a chair, kicking her feet, like, I don't get rights.
I mean, it
Well,
wouldn't
that
have
kind of
mattered.
happens when you're arrested.
Like it wouldn't have mattered what you voted for, because it was 3-1 so far, with like one more vote remaining. So, you guys begin to make your way down to Agathar's old home.
On the way, Soren wants to do a couple things. So first, he wants to talk to Morrigan,
Mm-hmm.
and that he's going to essentially have that rod that he took from the magic site, and he's going to just have it in his room for right now. And he's going to be like, "Hey, Mori, can I speak with you for a second?"
Okay.
He's
She
gonna
hops out of her chair, hands still shackled behind her back.
and he's gonna lead her up to his room and close the door, and then essentially go, "All right, so this was kind of a spur of the moment decision I made, but how bad of an idea was it to take this?" And he gestures to the rod that he has in his room.
You can see her face grimace at it. It is inert until the proper sound is made. It is highly explosive.
So what exactly is in it?
It's a type of unstable compound set up with a trigger system that would respond to a frequency of sound, which would initiate a spark and trigger it, taking out about a good. She seems to be ducking her head back and forth, considering. Depending on how deep underground or what it is planted into, between 30 or 40 yards to twice that, depending on the depth it is planted.
So big boom then. I
They
ain't gonna
were all
ask if I of course. I ain't gonna ask you for the trigger for it right now for obvious reasons.
I like having all of my limbs and my caravan, well, your caravan in one piece.
I'd like to meet my parents before I die an unceremonious death, to be honest, as well.
Do the others know you have this?
Probably not. It was again spur of the moment kind of thing. I was thinking about using it to try and, I don't know the word for it, attune myself to a material that I could use or transmute in some way with my new abilities.
This is highly dangerous. The material is unstable. The wrong kind of movement could cause it to go up.
Ah,
In its
so
in its current state, it is compressed in a way where it would take a significant amount of force to cause it to go boom. Not without the trigger doing that for it.
all right, so the explosive compound in it, it would be a very bad idea to let it out and try to get an idea of how it works and how it feels then, right? Is what I'm
I could
hearing.
She shrugs a little. I could disassemble it, though I would need my hands.
Of course, he just kind of like looks at her for a second and then says, "I'm not sure if I trust you enough to do that right now. Maybe a little bit later I'll ask you to do it, but right now I should just keep this. I think just keep this aside for the moment, or would it be a better idea to get rid of it?"
And it has like a thoughtful moment. If you're going to keep it, it would be something I would likely want you to share with the others before they start assuming I'm doing more work underneath our noses.
Oh, yeah, that's a point. I don't want you to take the blame for this. This is entirely my fault here. Um,
Bet
all
that it
right.
might bring up the wrong emotions if they see such a thing.
You're right. All right. I thank you for this moment. It was enlightening. I might take you up on that. Probably not while we're here in Vuori, though. Um, but I've got to find a place to stash this so it ain't found in case we are pulled over.
She motions to the door. I have a chest in my room that can be locked in a way where it's very difficult to get into, likely where I created them. Talk with Agathar, he knows how to get in. He's likely the one who popped it open in the first place.
That sounds like a plan. All right. I appreciate it, Mori. And he smiles warmly at her and then goes to open the door to let her out.
She goes on her way, giving you maybe like the slightest look over her shoulder at the thing you're holding before leaving.
Yeah, well, he's already put it back in his room, like he's put it up against a wall. He probably should have asked how to stash it or how to store it, but
It is currently acting as a scarecrow in a Zen garden.
He's built a his sword's built a scarecrow out of it.
Yeah, you definitely want to like step on that the wrong way.
The crow lands on it and just explodes.
I'm sure it'll all work out. Probably.
Yeah. So now that he's done with that, he wants to talk with Neatal.
Of course. Before I do that, though, is there anyone who wants to talk or say anything to anyone else before I go to that?
Aggie will want to talk with Soy, but I mean, it doesn't seem super important. But if you're opening the door for that,
I mean, I'm asking you if there's anything that you want to do with your character before I go to another scene with Soren.
Yeah. Aggie will be back in his room, finishing, pretty much finishing installing the troll bone in. He's going to start off with Bell, since he started doing that last night, and then he's just going to finish it today. I'll mark off a spell slot or two because he's not attuned to those bones yet. And he is going to, as he does this, he is going to just use his connection because he's not sure where she is at this moment. He's just going to say, "Hey, can I talk to you for a minute? I need to talk to you about something."
She's already there. She suddenly appears. Yes.
You were around it for a while.
Around what?
Is being royalty even worth it?
I suppose it depends on what you do with it. Most of the people I knew were royalty for generations. And they let it go to their heads.
Cecil brought something to my attention that I didn't consider.
And what was that?
We're going after leaders of these countries because I guess that's our thing now. and we're gonna have to deal with Caligan. Once Caligan is dealt with, that's gonna be one hell of a power vacuum.
On our side, you have a weird like little like sound.
Really?
Yeah, weird. Just go back to it. I'll see. I'll.
Okay. All right. It's gonna be one hell of a power vacuum, and obviously I don't know who's gonna fill it, but Cecil wants me to fill it.
Hmm. Well, I can think of worse people for the job.
Yeah, that's my thinking. We haven't had people, the past like 2 or 3 times that we've done it, we've had people lined up to take that position, but Caligan presents itself without that kind of solution yet. And if I don't accept it, well, Cecil's probably just going to find a kobold that is a bit more in line of thinking as they are. And then we're just back at square one.
Possibly.
I don't trust them at all, and I just despise them, but it's because they've been right about a lot of things.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's just something I'm thinking about.
She thinks. She ponders. Then she'll pick him up and set him down in her lap.
That.
Just pet him.
Mm.
Hmm. Well, I would say go with what your gut says. If you want to be royalty, then sure, we can be royalty. It might be interesting to not be the servant for a change. But of course, he shrugs, if you want a simple life after all this adventuring around, then Caligan can fix itself. Either that or you could maybe get Ramier to do it. She shrugs.
Well, I mean, yeah, but isn't Raymir already going to be trying to lead Mirzai?
Possibly.
I guess if that falls through. I don't know. Wanted a simple life after this was over, just teach at the university, come home, be with you and the kids, and I was really excited for that, but what my wants why are my wants more important than the needs of those people who were displaced by that government?
Because they are your wants. You don't owe the world your whole heart and service.
I know, but if I don't do it, then who is?
Someone else. And if they're bad, well, you'll have practice at Regicide.
Yeah, we're definitely getting our training in. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I would be cut out for it.
Why do you say that?
Well, I don't exactly do well with taking charge, and I am not the most level-headed, especially in stressful situations.
You care. And sometimes that is enough. You're highly intelligent. Just look at your creations. You are brave despite your size. And you are compassionate. You're willing to give many people a second chance, even if they may or may not deserve it.
Yeah, I just I'm everything Caligan hates. A necromancer. First of all, spellcaster. What? What? Would they even accept me?
Who's to say if they would or wouldn't? You won't
I
know
guess so.
until you try.
I suppose so.
But if you want to try, then I would recommend maybe speaking to Cecil about what exactly he plans, if anything. Worst case scenario, you can always reject the jester and leave him out to dry while you do your own thing, if you don't like what they have to offer.
I probably won't like what they have to offer. But I guess I should hear it out. I don't know. Cecil just knows how to push my buttons.
That's because they know you. Very easy to push your buttons in general.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
would
do have
know.
a. Yeah, but I like it when you push my buttons.
You should. I'm your wife, aren't I?
Yeah.
Or was that too forward of me? Have we even been married yet? We haven't.
Yeah, that's true.
Hmm.
We could. I don't know. What did they call it? A shotgun wedding?
No. If I do a wedding with you, I'd like it to be somewhat public.
Oh?
I've done a lot of things in the shadows, Agathar. A great many things. It's just something that I don't want to be there.
Alright then. We'll have the biggest goddamn wedding.
No, not big. Public. There's a difference.
Oh, okay. Alright, there's a difference. Alright. Public. But, it's not gonna be, you know, it's gonna be nice.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep thinking on it. But, thanks. It's. I'm still finding,
I
you
know.
know,
I'm the best.
well, you are. But I'm still finding the balance of catering to my own needs and others. I never put my needs forward, so I'm still learning that.
I understand. You will learn. Eventually. Probably. I can't tell for
Yeah.
sure.
One way to find out. And I'm heading home, which I'm nervous about.
Of course. Do you expect you'll find much there?
I hope to at least find those souls, the tormented ones.
Hmm.
I think if they're there, then maybe I can find a way to purify them and then send them out or fill a hole.
Perhaps.
I know you said you didn't mind the connection, but I don't know, it still doesn't sit right with me that I would have any, you know, a supernatural sway over you, whether I mean to or not.
Hmm.
I do want to try to rectify it. But I don't want to just go out and kill somebody just for a soul. And I'm thinking maybe if I can purify a tortured soul. I don't know.
I'm sure you'll figure something out.
Yeah, I don't want to replace. I'm scared of what I'll lose, and then I'm afraid what it takes to replace it. I don't want to, take an aspect of rage, and then, put that in me, and then, we have Morrigan Part 2.
If that becomes the case, I'll just carve that section of your soul out myself.
Yeah, I would hope you would do that. But I guess if the souls aren't there, then I'll figure something else out. But I
Possibly.
don't know, I guess I just want to see if they're really gone.
Your parents?
He nods.
Yes. Necromancers are hard to deal with like that.
Especially students of Mel.
Oh, she taught them too?
Yeah, but funny enough, she said they were a bit radical for her.
Heh.
Yeah, the irony isn't lost on me.
Yes, very much so. My, how things have changed, haven't they?
Yeah. Sometimes I can't recognize myself in the mirror,
I still can. And don't worry. I think that you have more going for you now than you did earlier. And she'll very gently just take his right hand and press it to her. He would probably note at this point in time is a bit more rounded. Not absurdly so, but just
It's
noticeable.
noticeable, yeah.
It's one of those things of this is a very toned and athletic woman, and that's something that you don't. That's something she didn't have normally.
It's gonna show a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, I can't believe it.
Neither can I.
Hasn't even been a year.
No, it hasn't. Wild times.
Yeah. I'm very glad to spend them with you.
She'll very gently reach up and take his cheek in her right hand. Before she just leans down and gives him a very soft kiss on the lip. And then she'll whisper to him, I love you.
He has a very big smile. He almost bursts into tears. But he has a big smile. And he kind of whispers back, I love you too.
And that's where we'll end.
Yee.
So sweet. So lovely. Did anyone else have anything they would like to do or say before I switch over to Soren?
I think
Yeah,
Morrigan just goes back. Yeah, I think Morrigan just kind of goes back to the main room, walks over to where all the books are, and the pillows, and then just flops face first into one of the large pillows, and just kind of that is all.
That is my interaction.
You'll feel someone scruffing you very lightly and just rotating you around and placing you back into your comfort pillows, but with your face up, as you'll see Ash kind of staring over you or going back to her reading.
I was fine. It was not a turtle I could turn over. I have my legs still.
I did not want you to suffocate, no? Would not do you any good.
Who says?
I do.
I don't even know who you are.
Ah. So I am but a mystery to you, no?
You are someone who managed to convince the group to allow you to tail along.
Yes. My brother at the very least. And his 2 siblings. For the moment.
You must be really important, otherwise I can't see them ever allowing travelers into the caravan.
Hmm. It is a secret I will share. For a price.
He just looks over at them. One of you is a linchpin or a archmage.
She shrugs. It is a fancy guess, no? But it is still a guess without proper information, is it not?
I will
However,
be cross. Otherwise, I will be cross with them because I cannot see a reason to have allowed you here.
perhaps not. But I will tell you this. I request only a small payment of a small secret, and in exchange you shall receive a small secret instead. Or at the same time.
Just kind of like deadpan staring at them. Why not? I suppose at this point. Ask.
Well, you are the one giving the secret, no? You are the one to determine the weight and the worth of your secrets, no? Ergo, you are the one to give me the secret, and I shall give you the one I have in mind. Or more, depending on the weight of your secret, no?
Just gives them a scrunched face. It's like, I don't like this game.
You are not meant to like it, no?
I choose sleep. She flips back over.
Ah, yes. Is it because you have no good information? No good secrets?
And none that still exist.
Then they are all small secrets, no?
Just kind of like her voice is muffled. It's like,
Sorry, what did she say?
yeah, that's good because she'll hear her face is in a pillow. So whatever you heard.
Okay. He shrugs. And to think I was going to give you so much more information, depending on what you offered. It would have been grand, it would have been fun, no?
Turns her head. I don't know who you are or why you're important, so you could tell me anything and I would have to just believe it. I could tell you the sky is red, truly, and that could be a secret.
But it is not red, no? It is factually
it?
blue, unless it is night. Or during the sunset.
She shrugs. Yes, but at this point, how am I to believe anything you say is true? As you are a traveler, and answering questions is not something you normally do.
Not normally, no? But here I am, a traveler offering to share secrets for secrets, no? Is that not worth investigating at least a little bit?
Just looks at him. You first.
Fine. I guess you wish for a bit of a commission, no? A bit of a taste, shall we say? All right then, I'm game, no? My name is Ash, and I am the sister to Cinder, and the other sister to Ember.
Well, I knew your name was Ash. They'd been calling you that.
But of course
And
I have.
And I knew Ember's name, as that one was brought up too. So a lack of information does not constitute a secret, something kept from someone. That is just information that has not been learned yet.
In some cases, yes. In other cases, then have you ever heard a traveler's name?
She shrugs. I've never asked for a traveler's name, so at this point I am only assuming that it is my issue with it.
Hmm. Well, I have given you a small secret regardless of the weight in your own mind or not. So, you ought to give one in exchange, no?
My middle name is Ansel.
Ah, that is of course of equal weight. Thank you for the knowledge. I shall note it down for future reference.
She has like the deepest frown.
You see her right into the air. Nothing happens, but you see her tracing something into the air before swiping at it. Now, your secrets. Whichever ones you're willing to part with.
Just kind of juts her lip to one side and then the other. Seems like a pointless game. I can't ask you the questions I want the answers to. You just arbitrarily pick something you assume has the same weight.
Not really. You have not given me anything to weigh a question against. You give me a secret, and then you may ask your questions, and I will tell you if the weight of your secret is worth that question or not.
Wait a minute. I know what you're doing.
Do you?
You're trying to avoid reading this book and finding entertainment elsewhere.
Ah. But that would be a secret, no?
No, that is just the bold-faced truth of you avoiding a task given to you.
You are more than welcome to believe what you wish to believe. But you have not yet asked me that, have you?
I can't ask you anything. I can only tell you a secret and assume you will tell me something in kind. None of which needs to be relevant.
Perhaps, but there's the fun in that. There's the fun in giving you a bunch of irrelevant information. Then I could give you fun, relevant information that might make your head spin. Wouldn't that be a sight to see?
I'm sure it would be. What chapter are you on?
44.
Keep reading. She plops her face back in the pillow.
Ah, but alas, one may lead a mule to water, but they cannot command them to drink. Oh, you entertained me. If only you truly saw. And she will go back to reading.
Okay. Feel free to take the scene away from me.
Of course.
I only wanted to flop down into a pillow. I didn't need to take that much time.
Francois, are you doing anything?
Probably just reading.
Okay.
Everybody's in the reading nook.
Apparently so. Alright, you're reading. Okay. Neotal takes a seat over beside you, wiggles in.
I'm going to continue reading our mushroom book.
Yes, actually. She peers over and says, "So, is this the mushroom book?"
It is.
Oh, nice. She'll kind of like brush a bit of hair behind her right ear. Did you want to continue reading that book?
Well, I did pull it off the shelf.
Well, I meant with me.
Well, you're here, I'm here, and the book's here. So why not?
Yes, why not indeed? Yeah, awesome. So what is what mushroom are you reading about right now?
Give me one moment. What is the one I'm thinking of? Um, I know what this fucking mushroom is called. What the hell is it?
It's called Joe, as in Joe Mama.
Yeah, mushroom. Psychedelics, maybe?
I know it. I know what it's gotta be.
Okay. What
Is it-
what mushroom?
I'm trying to find it. I know what the fuck. Is it this one?
What's
Is
it
this the one
do?
I'm thinking of?
Oh boy.
It's like this little tiny pink mushroom that glows in the dark.
Okay.
Just try. Is it this one? Is it Mycena rosea? The rosy bonnet? Is this the one I'm thinking of? I think it's this one. Are you super tiny? How big do you get? I can't tell from this picture.
Yeah, Mycia Rosa lava. Yeah, I think that's the one you're thinking of. It's a little baby mushroom.
Mycena rosea. Yeah, this is the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, Mycena rosea,
Wee
the rosy bonnet.
baby.
Yeah, they're just these tiny little pink mushrooms that glow in the dark. And they're adorable.
All right. So, you you show this to her, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It's it's a baby."
Yes, well, they are rather beautiful. I would not recommend eating them. However, they do contain dangerous levels of muscarine. They are poisonous.
Oh, I mean, I figured that pretty much every mushroom is poisonous to a degree. Um,
Oh no, there's many that are plenty edible.
oh yeah, we were just talking about one not even a couple days ago. So does that mean that you know? Oh, yeah, no, hold on. It's a very cute and adorable mushroom. Of course, it's not as cute as a certain other person. She gives you like a weird finger crossbow.
She just kind of gives her like a look, just like kind of half amused, half deadpan. It's just like, that line might work better if you didn't stutter over your own tongue so much.
Look, I used to be better at this, but uh, uh, I'm not. I'm just gonna. What's that? She shrinks back in on herself a little bit.
She she just chuckles and is like, well, why don't we look at something different?
Yeah.
And she'll flip over to further back into the book to start going through the edible mushrooms.
Okay.
Oh, Cordonarius. These are, and she'll just start going off.
Yes. Everyone, don't be afraid.
Be very afraid.
I fucked up the map somehow. Don't worry about it.
One
Ah!
session.
No grids. Ah!
Okay, I fixed it.
Okay, hang on.
Don't worry, everyone. I fixed it. Turn the grid back off. Okay, good. Everything's fixed now. Okay, awesome. Cool.
For now.
Don't you put that evil on me, okay?
Too late. It's already out there in the
Don't
world.
you dare put that evil on me. And while the two of you are discussing mushrooms, Soren, you know where Neotol is. You see her sitting next to Rensois and having a moment talking about edible mushrooms.
So he sees this happening, and he just kind of stops and says, "Yeah, just." He thinks to himself, he'll come back later. They're having some time, so he'll come back to her later.
Okay, then. Well, as you guys continue to move along throughout the jungles throughout this day, you do activate the flying on the cart and fly over the river and get to the other side and continue to move down throughout the jungle.
The disappointment.
I know, it's almost as if I didn't want you to have flying so soon. Who would have thought?
We
All right,
for
everyone.
that shit.
It's
Next
fine, don't
campaign,
worry about it.
all of us are going to have flying. All of us are going to be air cockers.
Oh,
I already can fly.
lovely. I love
Months.
flying people. Don't you know? At any rate, so yes, so yes, you guys make your way, into, like, through the jungles, like over the river, through the jungles, so on and so forth, and slowly day turns to night, and I would imagine people eat some lunch, eat some dinner, and you guys settle back into your sleeping arrangements, unless people have otherwise to say.
I
I
would
mean,
say
Soren still wants to talk to Neotol, but
Yes.
he was since she was with Rensois, he wanted to give her a moment.
I will be honest with you, she is with Rensois all day.
Oh, okay.
I will give
So-
you my smithing check.
Oh yeah, shit. Vonnie, you're working in your forge. Did you want to do or talk to
you're
anyone
very
throughout the day?
clean forge.
Bonnie will see the clean forge and once again make it a disaster while forging.
It is cleaning as you're making a mess of it.
As a 21.
21. I would say by now you have finished making the item and you are in the process of enchanting it.
Oh, yay.
Given another few more days of progress and good rolls, you should be able to get finished. Other than that, well, Soren, did you want to talk to Neotol at a point in time?
Yeah, he would eventually just basically go like, "Hey, if you got a moment, I'd like to talk to you." But during the time that she is busy, he is going to go back down to the training room and see if he can't get more of a handle on his capabilities. Like, not really trying to practice the technique that he's just kind of like hastily developed, but essentially just try to get more of an understanding of how it works, so he could probably come up with something more his level. You know what I mean?
Sorry. One more time, please.
They want to spar.
Wants to
No.
spar.
No, he was going to go down and try to get a better understanding of his power, like basically like meditate on it, like try to. He's kind of at a loss right now. Oh, but he still actually hasn't. he still actually hasn't used ascending to contact the transmutation archmage. Should he give that another try?
Well, go for it if you want to.
Yeah, he's going to burn another sending scroll.
All
And
right.
he will essentially address it to the transmutation archmage and just go, "Hey, it's me again. I'm needing your help understanding my new powers, if you're willing."
Mm-hmm. Anything
He
else you want
doesn't
to
know where
add?
to begin. He doesn't know where to begin. Um,
Roll me a wisdom check.
wisdom check. 19.
Considering the person you're sending a message to and asking for help from, might wanna grease their ego a little bit.
Oof.
This is before you sent it off, because I would imagine, since you're not a spellcaster inherently, you probably write out your sending spells before you send them, so you make sure you have your word count right and everything.
Yeah, greasing that wheel is a little bit difficult for him because like he's not against like greasing wheels in this manner.
Mm-hmm.
He just doesn't like her. So it's a little bit more it's a little bit more difficult to do it for her than for anybody else.
I know, but what I'm saying is that your character with that 19 wisdom, it's basically an insight check that I'm giving you for free. Your character would know that if he wants to get anything out of this person, they're a bit of a megalomaniac and a bit of a narcissist. So you might want to, give them a little something that plays to their ego a little bit. It doesn't have to be anything big or major. You don't need to no-toe to them and say, "Oh, greatest archmage there ever was of all time." But something is better than nothing. That is all. You can shoot you, and you may do what you wish.
So I should probably write this down on a notepad just to make sure I don't. I've already got an idea of how to do this.
Okay then.
So, I'm
While you're doing that, hey Morrigan, your stealth check failed.
Who am I? You don't even know who I'm sneaking on.
You're currently sneaking while being observed actively by Anna and Belle, Eloise, and Riven as well.
Good for them. That's not who I'm sneaking on.
All right, who are you trying to do Who are you trying to do sneaky stuff with?
Thorn.
Soren. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do to him?
Hang out on the stairwell and watch him train.
Oh yeah, okay. That's
Oh,
fine.
okay. I'm gonna ask what the stealth is for. She's like, "You fail. Heck with you."
Look, I don't know what I don't know what your stealth
Maybe
check is.
announcing your intentions is a good start.
Yes,
I was not gonna interrupt Thorin's thing.
That is very fair. It's very true. All right then. Well, you would basically see Soren is down there, writing a letter.
And Neatol is with him.
Yes, she's currently waiting for him to finish what he was saying, finish what he's doing.
Yeah. He just leaned up on the stairwell, like the wall of the stairwell, kind of watching them from just barely out of sight.
All right. And do you have anything you wish to do or say?
Watch, listen.
So while you're sitting there, Neatol will probably just look over to Soren. So who are you writing a letter to?
someone I'd much rather not talk to if I could help it, but I
Hmm.
can't help it at the moment.
Morgan's right
Then
upstairs.
then why don't you just not talk to them?
Because they're the best one to. They're the only one I know to ask to help me understand what I can do now.
Oh, okay. And who would that happen to be?
He just kind of like breathes a deep breath and exhales a tired sigh. Just goes, "The transmutation archmage."
Ugh. That's Psycho?
Mm-hmm. So you've met.
Kind of, yeah. I remember what she did to Mirzai.
And I almost took a swing at her to protect some innocents that were in our caravan at the time. Apparently, she liked that and decided to give me a little gift.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. Do you have a death wish? She summoned a sandstorm that stripped the flesh from people.
I know, but
It's called Pick Your
there,
Fights, man. What were you thinking?
what I was thinking was that there were 5 innocent people down there. She's a dangerous megalomaniac, and I wouldn't be able to live with myself if she killed them and I did nothing.
I mean, you're not wrong. I don't like it, though. Not wrong. I just... I don't know. I guess if I was in the same situation, I'd probably do the same.
I ain't saying it was smart. It was not a smart thing to do.
You better not say
Uh,
it was smart, you dumbass. She'll flick you on the nose.
Yeah, of course it ain't. I ain't that dumb. I am of average intelligence, thank you very much.
Well, I'm above. I am of above average intelligence, and saying.
Well, now that you're here, actually, and he puts the final period on his sending letter, and he says, "There was one thing I was wanting to ask you."
And what's
And
that? You need me to stab you again?
well, no, it's if you don't want to answer the question, I'll understand because it's about the parents.
Oh.
When was you might have already answered this question. I'm sorry if you have, but when was the last time you spoke with them? Like specifically, you know what? I'm just going to come out and say it. When did they kick you out? Was that the last time you saw them?
They never kicked me out. I left.
Oh, okay. Um, about when was that?
2 years ago.
Just 2 years. Okay. All right. So it wasn't that long ago.
Nope. Still a fresh wound.
Sorry to have reopened it.
Nah, it's fine. Not your fault. You're curious.
I'm just
Jerks.
I'm just trying to I'm just trying to figure out how to approach them, how to confront them about this because at first I was wanting it to be like a reunion. Like the child they never knew, the parents the child never knew getting together, maybe starting a family, and then you come into it and start revealing all kinds of things about them that I never
Soren.
knew.
Soren.
Hmm?
I admire the vision. I think that they'll probably accept you just fine. But they're a kid, after all. Not a walking reminder of someone else.
But I don't know if I can accept them if what they did to you is true. And I'm not saying I don't believe you. It's just I don't what you say what they did was horrible, and I can't support that. I honestly really just can't support that. So I'm trying to figure out how I can approach them about it and maybe try to get them to see reason. That is if you're even wanting to give them another chance.
I'm... I... Roll a charisma check.
He like this isn't something he's trying to convince her of.
I
This
know
is
it's not. I'm asking you to roll a charisma check.
okay. 17.
Okay. She is like, and she kind of like looks over to you. Then she kind of like scratches the back of her head.
But
Fucking-
no isn't it.
I'll think
No
about
is a
it.
valid answer.
I'll think about it, okay?
Look, Nia. Can I? I'm sorry, Nia Tall.
No,
Can
Nia's fine.
Okay. I don't know why I just called you that. Maybe it's wanting
Affectionate
more of a
sibling
family.
name.
Yeah. It's like I want to be more like family to you, and I figured I guess that's just what jumped into my head. Anyways, I ain't gonna ask you to do it if you don't want to. That was more just an if or thing. If
You don't need to explain yourself, okay? I'll think.
just don't do it for me, okay? I don't want you to do it for me.
Here's the thing, Sorcerer. If not for you, wouldn't even be giving them another chance, okay? So let's just say you've convinced me to think on it, okay?
All right. This is, of course, also considering if they've changed, because if they haven't, I might not even give them the time of day.
I mean, hey, if they haven't, they haven't. I would say that if they want a relationship with you, and if they don't want one with me, then, take that. For at least a moment.
Honestly, I don't even know them. And if I meet them the first time and they still haven't changed, then in all honesty, they get both of us or they get neither of us. It ain't gonna be anything in the middle.
And you say you don't have a way with words. She'll kind of like punch you in the shoulder.
I just speak from the heart, you know. I just don't think it'd be right to.
Look, just finish writing your letter, send your message off to your psycho teacher, and and let me punch you a couple times. We'll call it square.
All right, that sounds like a plan. So, all right, I'll get on that.
What is your passive perception?
Passive perception is 17.
Okay, I think she's gonna get a lot higher than that, but nat ones are always a thing. No, she didn't nat one. Never mind, you don't see shit.
Okay. Okay. So, yeah, he's going to send off his sending. Let me just make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Cool. So he's gonna basically just let her go, like wave at her and kneel down and burn the sending scroll and say, and to the transmutation archmage, he says, "I'm needing help to understand my powers. Since you're the archmage and know more about transmutation than anyone, you're the best to ask."
Oh.
Mm.
Oh. Okay. All right. Give me a persuasion check at advantage.
There's some sugar in that bait.
I give him 17.
Oh. Okay, what's your persuasion
Ooh.
bonus, buddy?
My persuasion bonus is 1.
Woo!
18.
18.
We take those.
That's
Yeah,
a
we
fail.
do.
Plus 1. Yeah, it's the fail.
No.
But it's a nice fail.
It's a nice fail.
It's
No
a
one's coming to
nice
get
fail.
That means we truly tried.
Okay. So, the response you get back is, you need my help? You're asking for my help?
You
Oh,
cursed me.
And you were so sweet about it, too. How could I ever say no? And at that, and as the sending spell fizzles through the air, you hear, let me actually check a thing real quick. You hear a whisper in your ear. So, what does my little student want to learn today?
Like,
Ignoring all the power of the caravan.
Message cantrip.
Oh, okay.
So well, she would still have to be in the caravan to do that, wouldn't she?
Nope. She only needs to point in a direction.
Okay.
Of course. You know what? That checks out.
It's a
Infinite
transmutation spell, isn't it?
range.
It is transmutation.
Yeah.
So like the player knows, but the character doesn't. Mori is sitting on the stairs watching. She's going to see like a left hand go to Migi's sheath and just pop it real quick, and then just like the thumb will just slowly slide it back into place. And he goes, "Is there a limit on replies to messages? Like
No, there
is there a
isn't.
word limit?" Okay, he's just going to go and say, well, considering I have no magic background, from the start would be preferable.
Ooh. Well, come on, little student. Let me whisper in your ear. Tell you all the things that you might like to hear. What spell are you trying to replicate particularly? Or are you looking for something a bit more adventurous? Tell me, what abilities have you manifested? I'm really interested to know.
What did we say that the stomping on the ground and creating the pile was? Was that Bones of the Earth?
No, what the? That's like a 6th level spell, my man. No, it's like Wall of Sand.
A wall of sand. Okay, so that's probably why he wasn't able to fully do it, but so he basically describes the effect he was going for at first. And then essentially what was catapult, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So he essentially just describes the effect that he was trying to get with this, and from just like a very baseline understanding of like transmutation.
All right then.
He basically just stomp on the ground, get a thing to come up, slice, and then kick it.
Okay. You get an ooh, that's an interesting little thing. You managed to meld magic and swordplay. Oh, as to be expected from a big lunk like yourself. But I can probably help with this. You're wishing to use elemental effects with your weaponry, with your swordplay and whatnot. What you need is to immerse yourself within the element you're looking to manipulate, to transmute, so to speak. I'd recommend starting with water first. It's the easiest, typically. Lets you flow with things and whatnot. Learn how magic flows like water flows, and so on and so forth. Earth is a lot more tricky.
He doesn't even respond to getting called a lunk. He's been called far worse. And he's just the kind of person that just lets insults like that roll off his back. He doesn't care. But he does listen to her, and I don't know if he's facing Morrigan. He's probably not facing the stairs, but his brow will furrow as she whispers in his ear, and he'll just reply, "Aye, water does make more sense to start with. Much more malleable than earth is."
Oh, who would have thought it? The malleable liquid is easiest to start with. Nice. Awesome. Glad I could help you with this intelligent conundrum.
Well, given the fact that I didn't have a large body of water here, all I had was sand. That's what I decided to start with.
I don't know what you're talking about. You have water pipes in that whole place. I could feel them.
Aye, they're in pipes. but
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you not bathe regularly?
There is a
He-
bath with a tub.
yeah,
How do
he
you
just
bathe?
kind of like
Ask your
stops.
mom.
Like
He's like, wait, there's a bathroom on this caravan? Have I just been shitting outside?
the Mori will just kind of like see Soren's ears drop behind him and a face palm. He goes, "Right, of course."
There you go! What a precious little student you are! If I could pat you on the head, I would! But that would
Or
require
just-
you to get on a knee first.
Mori just silently sighs.
And he goes, "All right, well, I'll start with water then."
Good. And you know what? I have something fun to do. Soren, you
Mm.
feel something in your ear twist sharply, and there's a sense of pain, a light ringing, and then you feel something weird.
And Mori will see Soren's head like twist in that direction. He'll bring a hand up to his ear as he just goes ah, and will try to like, is it inside of his ear or like on
Inside of his ear.
Yeah, he's going to try to go as far as he's comfortable with and see if he can find something in there.
He can feel a weird, hard thing in his ear. It doesn't like take up the full ear canal, but it's like inside his ear. It's like this hard crystal.
God, it's like when you take out an earbud and when you take it out, the bud is still in the ear.
Yeah, like the little rubber spacer thing.
No, thank
Mhm.
you. No,
Mhm.
thank you.
All right, is he able to take it out with just his hands?
No.
Okay. Does the crystal feel cold at all in there?
No, it actually feels snug.
So he's just gonna go, "What did you put in there?"
A little communication device. Simply give it a couple taps, and, well, you're talking to me. Of course, I can access it and talk to you whenever I want, which I may want to, at random hours of the night.
Can I at least take it out?
No, I'm sorry, it's fused in there. It's made of your earwax, isn't that fun?
No.
Soren just vomits into the sand. He goes, great.
Oh, but you wanted help from your lovely little mentor. So of course I'm gonna give my precious little student a way to contact me whenever he wants, and a way for me to contact him whenever I want. Expect my 3 a.m. calls.
So Soren is joining the permanent exhaustion squad.
Let's go.
He just kind of sighs and just
Or
says,
maybe don't. I might just forget I gave that to you. Or maybe I won't. Who knows? I certainly don't. That's what the travelers like to say, isn't it?
"Hi, who knows? I don't."
Oh, sound more enthused, why don't you?
He just sighs and says, "Why, the travelers don't sound very enthused when they say it." Wait, never mind. Yes, they do.
Ah, yes. And is there anything else that I can do for you, my precious little tot?
Oh, I suppose that's it. You did more than I was expecting, he says with gritted teeth.
Oh, I know, right? Aren't I the best aren't I the best teacher ever? Please, say it. Say it.
You're the only teacher, I mean, the greatest teacher that I could count on.
I heard that first bit, but you know what? I'll choose to ignore it. Work on your praise. I love being told I'm awesome.
Soren thinking to himself, now I might have just made a grand mistake.
You see, Soren now has his Cecil.
Bye-bye! It's a ta now! And with that, the connection severs.
So he just stands up and just starts like feeling the side of his head where his ear meets it, with just a grimace as he walks up with a very, very annoyed look on his face. And he goes up to his room.
Passes by Morrigan on the stairs.
Would he be able to see Morrigan or not?
She's just sitting on the stairs. You
Okay.
can. I don't, you
Homie's
wouldn't
just
be able to not-
chilling.
You'd trip over her otherwise.
She's big
Okay.
chilling.
Okay, then I didn't know she was like actively trying to hide, but he
No,
doesn't.
she's
seem
only
to.
hidden from your vision from where you were standing.
Yeah, he's just kind of annoyed and walks by. He doesn't like. He basically goes, "Hey, Maury," and just walks by. He is big annoyed
Leaving-
right now.
Giving me the opportunity to talk to Neatal alone.
Yes, yes, he is. Neatal is currently still down there,
I thought she
stabbing at a
left.
couple. Nah. Oh yeah.
He basically tell her he'd stick around for training, but he would be annoyed. But when he's finished, he's gonna go up to his room and
Yeah.
take a bath for multiple reasons.
You're never gonna get it out. It's always gonna be there in your ear.
Well, I mean, that's not the only reason.
He now has tinnitus.
Actually, that went away after a little while. It like basically there was like a light ringing, and then it slowly faded away, and then it returned to normal.
Every time the archmage communicates tinnitus for an hour.
Yeah, it's just called her speaking.
Don't fucking tempt it. Don't fucking tempt me, okay?
Put that on
Please
D100.
don't tempt him.
Valen, shut the fuck up.
I will jump through the internet, Valen. I swear to God.
At any rate, but yeah, no, I'll say that she chilled in the training room for a little bit longer, so that Morrigan gets to speak with her. So yeah, no, she's alone. She's down there.
Yeah. Morrigan makes the last couple of steps down into the training area, arms still bound behind her back. As she
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
go ahead. No, you go ahead. What
Okay.
she did?
She looks over to you, and you see her kind of like go into a small defensive stance, but then she realizes, oh yeah, your hands are still behind your back, and she kind of like sheaths her weaponry. Hey, Morrigan. What brings you down here? She looks behind you.
No one's there. Unless somebody is there.
I would say that would require a perception check.
If I turn over my shoulder and I don't see anyone, then the person who's following me could care less.
Fair enough. There's no one standing in the stairwell, visibly.
At this point, Morrigan just assumes she is everywhere and all at once because it feels that way.
So what brings you down here?
You.
Me, huh? Nice. What's this regarding?
Just takes the last couple of steps until she's like on the basement floor, looking them over. I hate you.
Good to.
How long has it been? 8 days?
Yeah. Since when? Since what?
I don't think you daft.
I'm not sure. I'm sorry, Morgan. A lot's happened in 8 days. I don't.
Far be it from me to be the blunt sort. I understand I don't have a place to stand when it comes to speaking on Rensoir's behalf. I have lost that right.
Oh. I understand.
Do you?
Yeah, I understand. You think I'm trying to court her?
Kind of turns her head to side-eye them. You don't need to think. I've seen it. I know your type.
Well, you don't know me.
No, I do.
No, you
Quite
think
well.
you know me, but you don't. I'm not trying to court her.
It steps a little closer to them, arms still bound behind their back.
Yeah, I know. I flirt. But I just kind of do that naturally, and if not for you, you know, I might have been actually dating her by this point in time, but that doesn't mean that I'm trying to slip in a fucking
You-
snake after what happened with you so soon.
Do you even believe what you're saying?
Yeah, I do. It's not what Renspawn needs right now.
No, it is not. She has her brothers. She has family. She does not need you manipulating her so soon after such a grievous wound.
Trying to.
And let up. Let her family take her. She does not need you trying to warm her bed so quickly.
I'm not trying to.
Where did you stay during this week time?
I stayed where I needed to.
Where was that?
I don't see why I owe you any answer. You're just gonna throw it back at my face. Telling me I'm the bad guy.
I don't need to tell you that.
It's what you
Takes a
believe.
step back. It is what I know. You are like her. No different.
Like who?
Starts walking up the steps.
Oh, I see. That's how it is. You think I'm like some other asshat that fucking betrayed you way back when, and you think I'm gonna do the same to her? No. That's not me. Never has been, never will be. The one person who did betray her is you. And she stayed up late, and she was up so many times at night, screaming in nightmares because of it. Because of you.
You don't think I know that?
Oh, I hope you know that. I'm telling you that right now. Do you know who was there to pick up the pieces? Me. Me and her family. Not once did I try and slip myself in there. I didn't want to. But then again, I don't think that I need to. Because as it stands, I'm sure if you cared about her as much as you think you do, or you're proposing you do, you wouldn't have left for your little escapade.
You don't know anything about me.
Oh, I know as much as you know about me. But look at me making my guesses and my assumptions and my assertions. Same as you.
Stay away from her. I wasn't right for her, and neither are you.
You know, I thought that you had changed. Went on your little apology march. You know, acted like you were sorry. But still what? You're still mean. Coming down here to tell me how I live my life. Say that I'm an evil person. Say that I'm trying to manipulate people. I'm not. I want her to be happy. Regardless of whether it's with me or someone else. I was fine to let her go and be with you. But, I guess I was wrong to do that. Maybe I should have fought for her a bit harder. Maybe that would have prevented all of this from hurting her as much as it did. That's on me. As it stands, if she chooses me, then she chooses me. If she doesn't, then she doesn't. I'm not going to force her one way or the other. But what I'm going to do till then, I'm going to make her happy. A friend.
Just huffs. She finishes going up the stairs.
She's just going to huff, roll her eyes, and then flick out 2 daggers that she throws into a target nearby. And then after you leave and go upstairs, Eloise is kind of like leaned up against the wall nearest the top. Fun conversation.
Doesn't respond, just walks by them.
She shrugs and just goes back to following. And that's where that happens. Later that night, whenever everyone's going to bed, Francois, are you there?
I am.
Okay.
Grandma.
There is... I would imagine you're probably in your room by this point in time, right?
Probably.
Okay. There is a series of rapid knocks at your door.
She will kind of look to the door. It's open.
It opens up as Neatal steps in and very gently closes the door behind her. Hey, hi, sorry. You see that she's kind of like in a bit of a huff, a little bit irritated. And the second she kind of like sees you and sees the room, she takes a minute and centers herself.
Is
Ah.
everything okay? You look troubled.
Yeah, no. Everything's fine. She'll pause. And then she'll kind of like take a seat. She'll kind of like frown. Do you think I'm a bad person?
What? No, why would I
like, do you think I'm like, do you think I'm trying to manipulate you or something like that? Like, do you think I'm trying to force things and stuff? And like trying to, I don't know, take advantage of it?
He is just going to kind of look at her momentarily, and then is just going to let out a very tired sigh. Who were you talking with?
No one. I was thinking. Was all. You know,
Who were you talking with?
I don't. I don't want to say because I don't want you to be mad at me.
So then I have a good guess.
Uh, hmm. I'm failing at that too. She leans back in her seat. Some grand spy master I turned out to be.
To be fair, she complained about it before anyway. No wonder
Yes.
she wouldn't. Little wonder that she would complain now, too.
Yeah, well, I mean, the questions still stand. Because, like, I don't.
And the answer is still no.
Guess that's really all that matters. I don't know.
Nieta,
Yeah?
stop worrying so much.
Can't help but worry a little bit, you know? I don't want to hurt you.
And the fact that you worry gives you the answer. Bad people don't worry that they're doing bad things. You're fine.
Okay. Thank you for that. So, you want me in here for the night, or do you want me to just kind of like go on my own way? So on and so.
Well, and she will kind of rub at her face. I have a bit of a headache. I'm going to go to the kitchen for a drink. Would you like
Hey,
to join me?
well, I, sure, I can join you. I was gonna offer to just run down there and get one for you myself, but if you want to go, then yeah, I can go with you. Sure. It seems cool.
Ah, good.
Hey,
And she is going to slide her way out of the bed and make her way out the door.
Neotal will open the door for her and let her out, and the two of them will make their way down to the kitchen area. Currently, the kitchen area is unoccupied, except by Amalia, who is sleeping in the corner like she always does when there is no food around to activate her neurons. Whatever drink you
Sorry,
wish is what?
I'm just I'm just picturing those like videos of like it's like they pan the camera. It's like cat like 2 rooms over, sound asleep. They go to the kitchen and just open a bag, turn the camera around and the cat's just fucking there. And I'm just picturing that, but it's Amalia.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
Yes, exactly.
Amalia even meows too.
I mean, she used to be a tabaxi.
So you have it.
Oh God, where was I? I've lost all of my focus.
Getting-
Right.
yeah.
Red Swa is gonna start digging through the cupboards in the fridge and getting stuff to make carrot cocktails.
All right. Neotal will help find stuff, and as you kind of like reach into like the cooling cabinet to pull out the carrots, you hear the skittering of feet, and there's a giant slime behind you.
Amalia, I'm not getting food. I mean, I am technically, but I'm just getting carrots.
Aww. Does this mean carrots aren't food?
They are food.
Oh, can I have one?
She will roll her eyes and dig out an extra carrot.
Oh, thank you, Red Saw. You're always the nicest to me. And she'll take the carrot and just and then she'll skitter back.
Clutches his chest.
It's like, it tastes healthy. I don't like it.
I need carbs.
Where's the sugar?
Where's the sugar?
I only eat saturated fats.
Anyway, she eats it. She makes like a
I thought
little.
vegetables are supposed to be green.
She
This
eats
is
it.
orange.
She eats it. You see her go. Oh, for like a half a second before she skitters back to the corner and just goes back to sleep. That was weird.
Oh, story of my life.
I'll say. So what are we drinking to, if anything particular?
We are drinking. And she just kind of like lifts a finger, sets it back down again, kind of lifts it. Fuck it, we're just drinking.
You know what? I can agree to that. Drinking to drink, and the two of you will lift your little shot glasses up and clink before you down them. If you'd like, you may roll a Constitution save at advantage because it's ingested poison. Neotal will roll one normally.
Damn, clonked out after one carrot cocktail. Renshaw makes it like a school teacher.
No, more accurately, this is over the course. I would assume you don't stop at just one. It's a couple. It's a couple of them.
I mean, yeah, probably like 2 or 3.
Then yeah,
Late at night.
it's a nat 20. Yep. Okay. The both of you are fine after 2 or 3 of them.
Look, Rensois is a professional alcoholic at this point.
Yes. Yes, she is. Straight up.
You fuckers have driven her to drink.
I'll give you something funny for that. I think that's like the 3rd time you've crit on like an alcohol related drinking check.
It is actually, yeah.
Yeah, funny enough. She really is a professional alcoholic.
Rensaw, look at
She's
the
a high functioning alcoholic.
Look at the drunken master monk.
Yeah.
Look,
Take a trade, and you get
I
it.
considered it. I considered it
Fucking amazing.
when I was looking at changing her to monk. I was like, how funny would this be?
Funny.
All right. But Neotal also holds her own, thankfully. And as you both kind of like, have a few sips, she'll look at the 3rd one and go, and you really know how to make these exceptionally well.
Wow. They, yeah, they were always my go-to at the bar with no name, so. You
Oh.
know,
Did you get one of the Redontos to share their family recipe with you or something?
yeah, I wish. But, yeah, you know, that, it's not precise. There's our. I don't know what it is with their formula. There's just something that I cannot put my finger on that takes it just a smidgen above. But, you know, for home cocktails, I think it's pretty close.
Yeah, I'll say. There's your new skill.
Yeah.
You get that when you go to sleep.
The carrot boozer.
Let's see.
The bourgeoisie.
Oh wow, she really is just a professional alcoholic.
Yeah, you can talk about that in a little bit. So yeah, she drinks the third one down. She looks to you. So a fourth, or are we calling it quits for the night?
No, no. This is three's good.
Yeah, you get a nice buzz going.
Exactly.
Right.
Everything in moderation.
Exactly.
But just enough that it makes it worth doing.
You know what? I agree to that. I would drink to that, but my drink's gone. uh, do you need me to do you need me to do you need me to walk you back up to your room? You know, like I'm doing just fine over here. I'm not, you know, I'm not, I don't have a gypsy sway to me. But you know, if you need help, I can get you there.
Just slams her face on the table, goes to sleep.
No, I'm good, thank you. She'll stand up and stretch out. And just kind of. Not the first time I've had late night drinks.
Not the first time. You drink often?
Every night.
No. Not enough to qualify as an alcoholic. At least that's what she tells herself.
But yeah, she'll walk you back up to your room. Not like, you know, hand in hand or anything like that. It's one of those things of like she'll I will note Renslaw would probably note that Neotal stumbles a couple times, but not very often. One of those things of like she manages to catch herself with her own natural dexterity. So what's it like being tall?
Oh. It's I don't know. I still sometimes getting used to it, but for the most part, It's just kind of, it's like just everything is. It's like the world suddenly, shrank twice over. It's an odd sensation.
Yeah, I can imagine so. I think I'm actually shorter than you now.
Can't say I was expecting or wanting this, but, well, Master Mel doesn't tend to give warning.
Well, I mean, might be tall. But I think if I work hard enough, I could maybe still pick you up.
Oh, can you now?
She flexes her muscles. Yeah, I could certainly give it the old college try. She has no muscles to speak of. She is toned. Her build is dexterity based, not strength based.
Wiry.
Yeah.
Yeah, the old college try, huh? Did you
Yeah.
go to college?
I didn't need to. Too smart for it.
Oh, yes, surely.
I mean, hey, you didn't technically go to college either, from what I heard. You went through a big tower instead.
Yeah, and graduated for it. So, that is
Yeah.
still college.
Yeah, look at you with your fancy college degree. Fancier than common old me, huh? She smiles.
Yes, well, if you wanted, from what I hear, if you want a real college experience, you're gonna have to learn to handle more than 3 cocktails. Just saying.
Hey, I can handle my drinks, okay? I'll handle you if you don't quit it. I'll pick you right up, and then you'll be like, oh, yeah, it's all so strong. Oh my gosh, ah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You can certainly try.
I mean, do you want me to?
Right now, I
Right?
think I just want to go to bed.
And you know what? Fair enough on that. Sure. And she'll lead you up to your room, and then she'll crack open your door, and she'll gesture for you to go in. In you go, fair maiden. Your room awaits.
Hmm.
That line sounded better when I had the image in my head of me carrying you in my arms. Sounds
She
awkward now.
rolls her eyes and moves through the door. Good night, Neatal.
Yeah. Good night, Renswell. Sleep well.
You too.
And you close the door, and she. What's your passive perception?
My passive is 18.
Okay. You probably hear through the door, yes! Success! 1 point Neatal.
Suck it, Morrigain.
Yeah, no, literally, literally that. Suck it, Morrigain. I'm not a bad person. I knew it. Before, pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter patter, as like zigzag down the corridor.
You can hear hardcore parkour.
She's not that drunk. And
Not
that
yet, anyways.
yeah, and thus that night is brought to a close. close as you guys make your way through here to here. And I am going to call for a small little 15-minute break here while I go and grab some of this fresh food that was just moist.
Huzzah.
Kitty, who's perched on my
I'm kind
bed.
of tempted to have Vonnie work throughout the night.
Do it then.
I mean, go for it, man, if you want to.
Yeah, sure. Let's see. Can I crit fish? Where did my character sheet go?
Soren's a raisin because he spent all night in the tub trying to get a handle on his power.
Agathar's burning through his spell slots to get these troll bones installed.
Troll
Comes out of the bathroom, fucking soft boiled.
Meanwhile, Soyfang has helped put Morrigan back to sleep.
Well,
So
you
Jean
did
could
get
do
a
it,
crit,
sorry.
just the other direction.
Oh no! It's okay. I'm not gonna have you break your fucking thing that you've been working on.
It breaks and you never could do
Jesus Christ, no! What the? Look.
That's some quest stuff.
I'm mean, but I'm not a fucking sadist. What the shit?
The other side is
Are you sure about that?
the other side is almost a natural 20. A 31 is a natural 20 for me for Smith.
Man.
That is
Yep.
horrifying.
You know what? Here, you know what? I'm gonna give you a higher low, buddy. I'm gonna give you a higher low.
Hey.
Let's go high.
Going high. It's low.
Aw.
It is still a natural one, sad as it is to say. Basically what happens is you're like, you work for a few hours and you're used to pulling all-nighters, but like you've been through a bit of a stressful time the past couple days. Your mind is currently racing with other things that you're having to think about, and you don't really make as much progress, if any at all. You kind of like end up falling asleep midway through.
All right.
And you just kind of like conk out for the night.
Yep.
But still,
Looks like that's not the first natural one I've rolled. Oh well.
anyway, it's fine. Still, 15-minute break. I'm gonna go get food. I'll be right back.
Yep. By that
we just-
time,
But hey, you got the net one, so you get the
Exactly, yeah, you get your boost.
point.
I maxed out on points.
Well, then, I don't know.
Skill issue. Stop
Then-
rolling.
then
Maybe a
it's-
13.
then that's your problem.
Maybe a 13 was a success. You should have spent one of the points on that.
Right. Well, because I can't hold on to it anymore. I've finally gotten something.
More
to
art?
put it in. Yeah.
I wonder what.
He's got
Whenever
an
you
official
say you have
reference sheet now.
something,
He's got an official reference sheet now, and if you want to see
Angie.
yeah, if you want to see a different one, I have a third reference sheet. I'm not putting in the chat. If you want it, you gotta ask for it.
It's for Soy Fang's eyes only.
It is.
Ah,
sort of thing.
God, it has a penis.
He can have peni.
Yeah, Dr. Octopus arms aren't going there, aren't you?
Yeah, y'all want to see what Red Swag got?
What is it?
Here, I'll post it into the roll 20.
Immunity to poisons?
Hell yeah!
All right, so you know
you
what you
literally,
all right, so listen here.
Professional
you literally have,
alcoholic.
you literally have a legendary resistance against alcohol.
All right, so hear me out. When we get to Fair Boulder, find the local drinking champion, win gold.
Just start out drinking the dwarves for money.
Yes. Money
So,
and
I mean,
medals.
yeah. Chad did not give this a cooldown, so it is technically every check.
here's the funny thing. Soren could do the same thing, but that's only because he's immune to poisons now.
Fair. The two
But
of
he
us
is-
just roll. The two of us are just gonna roll up to the dwarves and just drink them out of house and home.
Yeah, you're gonna be rolling dice. I'm not. I ain't gonna be rolling shit.
And it could be like, the fuck are these rabbits all about?
This
What are
is
they feeding what are they feeding the blimey things?
yeah. Here's what the description should have read. Hold on.
Somebody check the drinks. One grabs it. It's pure like moonshine. Passes out
It's
immediately.
just like 90 proof.
Yeah.
No, it says
Absent.
it's almost 200 horsepower. It's real.
Thump.
You choose to say, no, I don't.
Yeah.
No.
That's basically what it is.
No.
No.
What do you
Oh.
mean, no?
No.
So yeah, I think once this weapon is done, this is only
I'll be right back.
This is only going to be part 1 of this weapon. So Rinsoir. Just because I cannot craft anything higher at the moment, you're gonna have fun with this one.
All right, I am back.
Welcome back. I'm gonna end up leaving here in a few minutes to go pick people up. And they close with a manager that normally takes about 20 extra minutes to close.
But yeah,
I
fine.
love that for you.
Oh yeah, so by the time I get back, the game will be over.
Bad.
We'll be in
Yeah, I
post stream. It'll be fine.
So the following morning.
It's not even been 15 minutes, my man. It's been 5.
Oh.
And on top of that, I can't join VC while I'm in the car because I'm backup recording.
Lame. But fair enough.
So I
Shad,
will.
Shad, look at Moon General.
Moon General. Okay, I'll look in our Discord.
Him done.
I will be in the stream chat.
Oh
as-
my
as-
gosh! The bean!
Him
Oh, look!
blue.
Him blue! Yes, super blue. I love it. I love the... Gosh. I love the translucent limbs.
Mm-hmm.
I... No one ever puts the bones in him still.
No, we got some of them I've had did, but like
A little.
although yeah, some of them like it's not an extremely important detail, but for like a reference sheet, yeah, it's important to have it in.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm memeing about it. I'm not actually upset. It's great
Yeah.
art. I love it.
Yeah.
In fact, post that shit in fan art, man.
Oh yeah, let me do that.
That is
Oh,
the thing in the
yeah.
server.
That
We
is
have a
true.
channel like that. I have an idea for a second project.
The ring of mind shielding, so Agathar can go without his aura being read as a necromancer.
No. A lantern that has properties of fairy fire attached to it.
That works against us too, doesn't it?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask Shad in DMs about something.
For something. Something tra la la.
Yeah.
Something tra la 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 la.
Where Shad's
La la la.
Oh, yeah, shit. Hey, Soren, I forgot to mention. Is he here?
You goobered.
No!
Well,
Oh.
he's in the VC. He's just muted, so I'm assuming he's not at his PC.
Yeah, he's getting some to eat, probably.
I had a steak. I ate it during the stream.
I literally had 2 hot dogs and a tortilla.
Hey, dog, do you say? Oh my.
Tortilla.
I made ground beef and rice.
Nice.
It was nummy.
I have hamburger helper and green beans.
Nice.
Hamburger.
Hamburger.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can't find that meme. This is
All our food keeps blowing up. Boom.
Yeah.
oh, it's-
One frame of the explosion.
Nice Mexican man.
let me see. Share.
Yes, I'm back.
Copy.
I'm sorry. I'm back.
Hi.
I
Hey,
had to go to the
Soren.
bathroom and then go get some snack.
Hey, Soren, buddy.
Your
You get contacted by the archmage of transmutation late at night at like 3 a.m.
Okay.
I sure hope you don't like sleeping because you're gonna be working.
Okay. I mean, it's not okay, but okay.
I will be back hopefully before
What she
game,
okay, man.
but
Hopefully
that's it.
too.
Yep, I did send you the thing,
Okay.
the thought. But I will be in stream chat, so
So
How do
the
you
question. Sorry, go
go ahead.
ahead. So the question I have for you now, Shad, is because she decided to contact Soren at 3 a.m.
Yes.
Well, I have a couple questions. First, what was it about?
What was it about?
Yeah.
Let me roll a D100 here.
Does she just have a whole
Don't
bunch of
say Taco
like
Bell, pal.
prepared stories to tell him at 3 a.m.?
Okay, with a 61. Yes, she does. She has a story to tell of an apprentice she once had that was a master of water manipulation magic.
Uh-huh.
Her name was Cora.
And she will also that's basically what it is. It's her regaling him with the tale of this water master that she, trained to be amazing.
Okay. So this actually adds another
3 a.m.
question. Okay. This actually adds another question. Is Soren actually able to learn anything from this?
Well, considering it's 3 a.m., you're a little bit exhausted. Give me a Arcana check at disadvantage.
Oh, Arcana disadvantage. He has a +0 to that. Yay.
Just double crit forehead.
Exactly.
11.
Okay.
Hey, look at that.
11, not bad.
You
got
learn. I'll say you're very tired. You don't learn as much as you could have, but you do learn a little bit. You learn that one of the techniques this person used was literally sitting in a bathtub for hours on end, feeling the water, moving
Well,
it
that was a
around with
joke.
their hands in the tub.
That was a joke. He wasn't in there for hours and hours. He was only there for like long enough to take a bath, but also spending a little bit of extra time to just like get a feel for the water. He wasn't in there for like
Yes. But
for a
basically,
distressing amount of time.
yeah, I know, but this is a distressing amount of time this person was in the water for.
Oh, okay.
Like, we're talking like 6-hour periods of just sitting in a pool of water and just like waving your arms around, swimming in it, drinking it, spitting it back out again, like submersing yourself fully for as long as you can and then pulling yourself back out of it. Like, basically what this person did is a bit extreme. And she goes into excruciating detail as to every single day over a 2-year period that this person trained in water.
Meanwhile, the whole time Soren's just there like, that's amazing.
Hey, sorry. I wanna change my mark. Can you put it on myself?
Man, no, that's literally what she does for 2 hours.
Oh my god!
Okay, so this leads me to my next question.
What's up?
And the answer to this question will determine whether or not I hate your ass. Does this give Soren exhaustion?
Well, it would, assuming you don't take an extra 2 hours of sleep.
Roll a high or low.
He's I swear. Okay, so if he was rudely awakened, so he's probably just
Actually,
like,
you know what? High or low, buddy.
No, it was a
God
joke.
damn it, Shy. God damn it, Shy. Hi.
Hi?
Hi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow,
she
2 61s in a row.
she does not come back for a second story afterwards.
Yeah, I hate you.
See, it's fine.
Like,
She doesn't double dip.
the moment she disconnects, like just Soren there in his room by himself, he just like closes his eyes and goes, what is it that saying that Agathar and his family say strength to adversity? Strength to adversity.
You then get a secondary contact. Speaking of, I didn't hear a thank you for my lovely story.
Damn it.
Are you going to thank me? I read to you for 2 hours.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
This is when you find out she's really lonely and has no one to talk to.
It's actually really sad.
And
Gee, I wonder why that is.
do you have anything else you'd like to add? Maybe any compliments, one might say?
You sure can read for a long time.
Was this all written down?
No.
Well, to be able to bring it all off the top of your head you have good attention to detail.
Yes. And I thought it was very imperative to the story that I mentioned the third time he stubbed his toe in the same week.
I bet that sucked.
I bet it did. Anyway, toodaloo, I got what I wanted. Hangs up.
Soren's like muttering strength through adversity. Wherever Mel is, her smile gets a little bigger.
One more thing, Soren. I'm messing.
Like she's gonna like come back to him, just going, I made a fucking mistake.
He just goes up to Agathar. Okay, I need you to cut my ear off. What?
I have something in my ear. I need it out right now. Please. Please. Help me.
Hey, would you happen to have meat hooks? Can you straighten one out and just jam it into my right eardrum?
His little tentacle arms clack clack.
I didn't need to hear out of that ear anyway.
At any rate, so yeah. The night comes, then the next day happens, and the cart traveled through the night to get to here.
I love the cart. Constant travel, safe haven.
It is pretty pog.
Yeah, and you know what? Nothing's really gonna bother you as you traveled. Do you guys have anything you'd like to do or say during this day, or are we just going to time skip it forward to the next day when you arrive at Agathar's old stomping grounds?
I'm only going to say that Morrigan stops sleeping in her room and starts sleeping in the main room in the pillow pile where the books are.
Soren probably wants to talk to Agathar.
Sure.
For a little bit.
Agathar's
Go
just
for
gonna be
it.
in his room, finishing off the troll bones. Is this what we agreed on? I think it's what we did.
Yes.
Okay. And that will also apply to himself and Anna.
Just to Anna. For you? Oh yeah, how many troll bones did you have?
From what we talked about, enough for the three of us.
Okay.
Because we glossed over it, but essentially he
I
gave
thought
out
that
like a
the
huge chunk.
I thought that was gonna be for your summons, but for the troll bones for you, it just let you produce ammo infinitely. I thought that was what we were doing with that.
No, I don't remember. I thought he produced the ammo infinitely anyway.
By using more bones, this is just
Oh,
like
that's true.
yeah.
No, that's true.
This
Okay.
lets him circumvent that.
Okay, no, that's right. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Yeah, nope, that's good. But yeah, it was gonna be we glossed over it when we were in Deepwood, but yeah, it was supposed to be enough for the three of them since Agathar
Also,
gave
also specify for that regen. It is so long as she has at least 1 hit point.
Oh yes.
I just like to imagine that Soren walks into the room and Agathar just has this one troll bone just sticking out the top of his head, and the hat that he wears is just kind of like spinning around on it.
That's funny. Well, as you do like go to Agathar's room and he lets you in, he is like on the chair, um, sitting on it like with I don't remember how I don't remember the name of it, but he's like his chest is facing the back of the chair, so it's like he's sitting on it reverse wise as like he's got the pile of troll bones, and some like spent onyx. I was gonna say obsidian. I was like, that's not it. Some spent onyx because he's not familiar with these things yet. He just didn't have the time. I'm just gonna remove that many. You see, he's like almost like siphoning. It's very strange. He's almost like siphoning the troll bone from the pile through his appendages, and they like twist around his appendages to go right into the opening in his back as he's just like essentially like vampire sucking the bone into his own body as he kind of looks back. Hey.
Hey, am I coming at a bad time?
No, I mean, if this weirds you out, then yeah, but no, I'm just adding I'm adding stuff to my bones.
I, if you would have told me something like that like a year ago, would have, I would have thought you were crazy. But given what we've been through so far, it ain't too far fetched now. So, and he just kind of walks in and says, "Need any help, Muffin?"
I think I got it. I'm almost done feeding myself, and then Anna will be next. I mean, I'm not gonna say no to your help. Just being around is nice.
Hey, I could do that. I have no compunctions against that. But I kind of wanted to, spend time with you since I didn't have much chance to do that last week. And I also wanted to, since we're heading to where you used to live, what can you tell me about it? Just so we can be ready for anything that happens.
Oh, um, well, uh, it's kind of a cabin in the middle of nowhere woods. Um, Not a lot of, from what I remember, they didn't let me go out very far, but that was, I guess, to make sure I didn't run off or didn't meet up with any weary travelers or wildlife, but it just is a cabin in the middle of nowhere.
Hmm. All right, so we shouldn't be running into any trouble, right?
As well, besides my own parents, but
Do you think they're still there?
honestly, I have no idea. Considering they're Mel's old students, I don't think a bunch of paladins will be enough to get them down, but maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't know.
You lot training under Mel tend to be pretty dangerous and hard to kill, he said
Yeah.
with a smile.
Yeah. And necromancers don't usually stay dead.
which is a bonus for me. And he reaches over to like rub Aggie's head, but he does it like slowly so he doesn't interrupt what he's doing.
Yeah, he closes his eyes and accepts the head rub with a smile.
So I also got a new master myself.
Oh yeah.
And he just takes a deep breath and closes his eyes and says, I might be having trouble sleeping for the next however long she decides to torment me during the night.
His face kind of slacks a little bit. Oh, her?
I now have permanent contact with her.
Oh.
So I might be a little grumpy during some days, and if I step out of line, I'd like for you to tell me so.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. If it's anybody that knows about the intricacies of not sleeping, it's definitely me.
Didn't we have a name for a club for you just because you failed to sleep so many times?
I don't know.
Yeah, it ain't happening
I
anymore, so
Yeah, well, I mean, I got a skill out of it, so.
that's good. I might be close behind you, he says, just like closing his eyes and shaking his head.
Yeah, but you still don't want to let it get out of control.
I don't, but unfortunately, I don't have control over that.
Yeah. Well, that sucks, Soren. Is- do you want me to take it out or?
No, because I kind of need her help.
Oof. That sucks. And there's worse people to have help with, honestly.
I mean, she's the best at it. She's the archmage. She knows the school of magic better than anyone else.
That's true. I guess it does. You are you are her linchpin. So
Hey, and I didn't ask for that either, but I can't say that I dislike it right now. I mean, I kind of do, but and now I'm sitting here second guessing what I'm saying because I don't know if she's listening in to me right now.
I would probably default to she's listening in, because Mel has also always listened in.
I would put forward as a very minor side, this woman, whom you may or may not trust, it's up to you, did say that this is just a communication link. It's not like she can connect to you whenever she wants to like send you messages and stuff, but she can't connect to it to be like, ooh, what are you saying, and like, what's going on around you, and no, it's literally just like an anchor point for the message cantrip.
Ooh, you talking to your boyfriend?
Yeah, pretty
You got a
much.
boyfriend?
Kisser.
What are you, a big boy kisser? Huh? I thought you were into the girls and shit.
Like, ¿por qué no los dos?
Anyway, continue, please.
Yeah, yeah. Soren just steps up next to Agathar and just watches what he's doing, and he says, I'm not gonna lie, this does still look kind of weird to me, but the more I see it, the more desensitized I am to it. And
Well, it definitely feels weird.
if we're both linchpins and we might be living for a long time, then we might as well start getting used to it, right?
Yeah. He pauses for a moment. I want to get your opinion on something.
Hmm?
Callaghan, that's going to be a big issue. And like the other governments that we just kind of start overthrowing, we had a plan to fill that vacuum. But with Callaghan, so far we don't really have a plan. We just want to get rid of it.
Well, technically, we've only overthrown one government so far, but it does seem like our journey is going to be bringing more into the fold, shall we say.
Yeah. I've been thinking. I'm in a unique position where I know several leaders of nations, maybe even 3 if Anka is in play. I'm thinking, who do we trust more to fill that spot than me?
This causes Soren to pause a little bit as his eyes look to Agathar, and you see them kind of like widen a little bit, and he says, "This is kind of new."
Yeah, it is. I don't really want to do it, but again, the people who were forced out for just being able to cast magic didn't ask for it either. And I don't know. It fucking Cecil brought it up, and it's been on my mind. I'm worried that if I fully reject it, they might just find someone else to do it who is not as, let's just say, open-minded.
I'm trying to remember if Agathar has expressed any distrust of Cecil towards to Soren.
You
Like
he
he
said
definitely would have
he
noticed it earlier, like
yeah
yesterday.
he definitely, like, in the open, has definitely had a distaste for Cecil. He's I don't know if he's ever expressed to Soren how much of a distaste it really is.
Yeah, Soren's just going to kneel down so he's at eye level with Agathar and say, "You don't trust him, do you?"
Not at all.
Now, is this just a distrust, or do you vehemently wish he were not even considering it? Like, is it just something you neither trust nor distrust, or is it a deep-seated hatred?
I very much hate Cecil, but I cannot sit here and deny that they haven't been truthful. However, truthful or not, it can still be used as a tool of manipulation. So I obviously don't want to get caught in that. However, I had never considered the vacuum that we might cause in ch-ldr-n.
And Soren nods at this and he says, "Well, I think it's gonna have to be something you're gonna want, because again, we linchpins live for a long time, don't we?"
Well, you will probably live for a long time. I might live as a normal. Well, then again, I'm a necromancer, so that's kind of living far is kind of, I could live for a certain amount of time, but I could also, be dead for a long time, but
Oh,
not
so
dead dead.
all right. So the whole extended life thing is just for archmages, or is that just for the necromancy archmage?
Well, I think from my understanding, it's archmages have an extended life, but she did something to you, is my understanding.
She did. He grimaces.
And I don't know if I want this. I want to help people. And I was thrown from my home, and I know what it's like to feel that oppression. So, I have some similarities with those people who were kicked from their homes, or even, even worse. I don't know. I'm thinking about it, but I feel like what I want, it's not about what I want. What I need will always be with me no matter what.
Well, if you don't like what you're doing when you start it, then you, as much as you want to help, if you hate what it is you're doing, then you're not really going to be much help to those people anyways, right? You're going to start resenting your position. You're going to start doing things just to get out of it. You're going to want it to end, and that might come in any which way. Of course, I'm only talking, and this is only speculation, but what I'm trying to say is if you're trying to get into that position, you need to make sure you want it, because then you're going to put your all into it and you're going to do your best, you know? The reason I stuck with being a samurai and why I'm as good at it as I am is because it it fulfills me in a way, you know? The reason you've been working on Anna and Belle is because it's fulfilled you in some way. The reason you're here with this family and this caravan is because it fulfills you, right?
Yeah.
Right. And that's the reason you've stuck with it for so long, and I'm imagining that you're going to stick with Belle and Anna for a while, right?
Yeah, as much as I can.
Right. So only foresee problems happening if you get into that position and you start to resent it, is basically my point. But ultimately, it is up to you. I know you're a good person. You have a wonderful heart. It's one of the reasons I love you. And you want to do the right thing. And I'm afraid that Cecil knows this and might use that to manipulate you.
Yeah. As much as I hate it, Cecil knows me very well.
So what you're saying is, and he starts to grin, Soy and I have competition then.
Hmm? Competition?
Hi, competition in knowing you.
Trust me. I want you to know me very well. Cecil it's not out of a place of love.
I could tell from yesterday that it wasn't from a place of love from you either. Did he? And he just kind of like comes close to Agathar and just kind of says, "Has he ever threatened you?
I've threatened him with them.
Is he they? Am I?
They. No, yeah,
Oh,
Cecil's they. We just continue to fuck it up.
Yes, I know.
all right. Well,
I
this is
am a
well, this is
perpetuator of that on accident.
But also
well,
fuck
this is well,
Cecil anyway.
this is Soren actually asking in character.
Yeah.
So.
Cecil. Yeah, it's they.
Right. Well, if he does start to threaten you, I know you can take care of yourself, but do come talk to me.
I
And
will, but Soren, Cecil isn't a humanoid. I don't know what the hell Cecil is. And I'm not gonna throw you at something that I don't understand.
he smiles and says, "Well, maybe you won't have to. He threatens you, I'm going to throw myself at him."
I'll handle it, but I will let you know if I need you.
All right. And he's going to kiss him on the muzzle and just say, "Just be careful with him, all right?"
I am nothing but careful. Well, except for the times I'm not. I will try.
Which is a lot of the time. Hello, Soren.
And, hello, Soy.
Mm.
I just want you to know that I was without you for a week, and I didn't feel good about it. I hated it. I understand you did it for a reason, and I ain't angry at you for it, but I don't know what I would do if I ever lost you forever. So, be careful with him. And if you feel like you need help, please tell me, all right?
All right, I will.
You know I have your back.
Of course, I know. Make an insight on Agathar.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Advantage or not?
No, normal, I think, on this one.
18.
For probably the first time, he is glad he's had this conversation, and he's glad to have this conversation, and what your words have definitely uplifted him. Other than that, that's about what you get.
Hmm. Very nice. And are there any other interactions you guys would like to do today?
I mean, not so much an interaction. It's just where currently Morrigan is. It's just kind of spending most of the day hiding out in the basement.
All right.
And Soren is taking another distressingly long bath.
Yeah.
Probably not as distressingly long as the person in the Archmage's story, but
And
Soren doesn't want to get wrinkles.
all right. And Vonnie's in the workshop working. What's Rensois doing?
Oh,
Probably hanging out with Neotal if Neotal has anything to say about it, but you can of course have something to say about it.
yeah, probably continuing the mushroom book.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
In fact, whenever Neotal settles up next to you, she's like, "It's mushroom time, right?"
It is, and we've gotten to one of the more exciting ones.
Ooh, what makes this one exciting? Does it explode? and the and of course you probably correct
Better.
her. Oh, better?
It's like, yeah. Shit. It's like, better. It essentially hijacks and rewrites insects' brains and turns them into living zombies.
Oh, cool.
Neotal goes from excited to just kind of like, oh, okay. and she just very weakly says,
Absolutely fascinating, the mechanics behind it. So,
yeah. Neotal's like, yay, I love mushroom time. Yay. As you
He's
explain
like,
all the...
I was just starting to like them.
Yeah, I know, right? As you're explaining like all the different versions of cordyceps that there are. And with that, you guys travel through the night, and at around, I want to say 2 a.m. Agathar, you get a little ping from the cart key that you have arrived at your destination.
Okay.
What do? You're the only one that's awake?
Oh boy.
You are also currently hidden.
Yeah.
You know what, Shad? Roll a high or low.
I'm gonna call high, buddy, and I'm gonna roll it. It's high.
He does not go off by himself.
But if
He
I'm the one
will
calling it,
pilot.
he would go off by himself.
Is that what you would want?
That's what I would love to have happen.
Then I suppose it is. He keeps Bell and Anna here until they get the okay to alert the others. He's just gonna take a peek. He's not gonna go very far, but he's gonna take a peek.
All right, just gonna take a peek. Just gonna take a little peeksy do.
A little peeksy.
Does he roll stealth outside to get outside?
He doesn't,
he doesn't
need to.
Morgan's sleeping in the living room.
That's nice.
What's her passive at -5?
$1 million.
Sad.
It's 10.
Is 10? No, that's not gonna
A
beat
nat
his.
1 is a nat 1, buddy.
It's still higher than your passive.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. So, because of his new skill, he has been unobserved for a full hour, or for like 10 minutes. So he is currently invisible, quotation marks, with a passive stealth of 10 plus his stealth modifier.
40.
So,
I wish.
I think he has like a 23, something like that.
It's a 22.
22. So yes.
All right.
That
You easily pass by the strained form of Morrigan as she restlessly sleeps on a large pillow.
yeah, that was his reward for spending a whole week not interacting with anyone
Thanks, Morrigan.
and hidden. And I
You're
will
welcome.
bring you to this map. As you emerge from the caravan, you cross a small, rotten wooden bridge. You find yourself in front of a large cabin that looks dilapidated. The forest and greenery around it is a lot more brown and decayed than normal. In fact, the water that you passed over is a stagnant pool of bubbly swamp-like liquid. And as you're kind of like walking up to this place, this old home of yours, you can't help but smell the faint scent of necromancy magic in the air. And you can see various corpses and bodies kind of like lining the exterior of the house. You see where large chunks of wood were blasted out of the front paneling of the abode, and the door has been hacked down with a large axe. As I do a small music shift, please give me a moment. Oh, wrong word. I said slip.
Nope.
Fuck! So I had it, and then I skipped it again.
Rip.
Yeah, rip. Don't worry. We're getting it. We're getting it. This is a professional setup we have here. Turn this bit. Alright, so yes. You are stepping forward and you are entering this area. And you kind of like see what you see. What do you do?
Seeing the bodies of all of these paladins and other people, he takes the area in, almost like shifting through his memories of this place. He then looks towards the door, the front door of the abode, and when he smells the scent of necromancy, his eyes narrow as he draws the snooze button out from his holster from behind him, loaded with lethal rounds, and he's going to start heading to the front door slowly.
Alright then. So you slowly begin to make your way further forward, and as you do so, I will transition you to as you re-enter the home that you were so familiar with at one point in your life. You recognize this as being the main entryway. You would know that the souls were kept back here alongside with the altar. You would know that over here is your mother and father's research room. Over here is the kitchen area where they kind of like prepared meals and stuff, and over here is where they kept some of their reagents and so on and so forth. And then this is just like the living room area where they used to read you bedtime stories. And then you had your bedrooms over here and over here. Very close-knit family.
Mhm.
And
As he-
what do you do?
As he takes a couple steps in, can he hear anything?
You do not hear anything.
He goes to like the edge here and just like pokes his head out, making sure to check for any traps, any glyphs of wardings anywhere. He's doing his checks. He is going through his checklist.
All right, roll me an investigation check.
Classic. I'm gonna bump that up by 1 with my roll boost to make it a 15.
Okay. With a 15, you do not detect any glyphs of warding in the nearby area. However, you do see that over here there is a small explosion radius from where one would have gone off. But it's old. It's been done. And as a secondary aside, a thing that you will notice about this place is that there are light sources that are still lit. You see a lantern over here. You see a light coming in from your parents' study. You see a couple candles here and there, and over here and over here, which might startle you for a moment or two until you remember that your family is wizards and they have a spell that lets them make a torch eternal, so on and so forth. I think it's like continuous flame is what they
Yeah,
have.
continuous flame. It's a low level spell, isn't it?
Second level.
Yeah, second level. He almost goes to go inside, but then like to go inside fully, but then he stops and thinks about something Soren has said to him. You don't have to do everything yourself. And as he stares into this home, he takes a slow inhale and he lets out a gentle exhale through his mouth. And he is going to go back outside and he is going to command Belle and Anna to wake the others.
Well, as you command Belle and Anna to wake the others, you turn around to leave. You hear movement as something begins to happen. You hear a familiar voice from within. One that you haven't heard in forever. In years. Agathar, dearie. No, sorry. Agarius, dearie. Is that you? My beautiful baby boy. You've come home.
Fucking knew it.
And that's where we're gonna end session.
No, you can see me still. Fuck. I fucking knew it. I should have done an active stealth.
I mean, you entered the domain of the dead.
I sure did. God damn it.
Do you like my music choice?
So I'm always cautious, huh?
No. Oh, at any rate, so thank you guys for joining us for our lovely episode of Rains of Vitrium today. And remember to like, subscribe, comment, and all the other jazz. And if you want to catch us live, you can do so on Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. CST. And of course, if you missed the VOD, you can always, if you missed the Twitch viewing, you can always view it on YouTube, as you are right now, probably, hopefully. Maybe, I don't know. But, till then, let's all say goodbye to our lovely YouTube audience as we go into the post-stream, yes. Agathar, say goodbye to the people.
The baby found its way back.
Yeah. Morrigan, say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye, people. I dig my hole deeper every day.
Ransoir, say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye, people.
Yeah, Soren, say goodbye to the people.
Like I just imagine the transmutation archmage waking him up with another story, and he just starts with, "For some reason, I think I have reason to be mad at both Mori and Agathar right now."
Yeah, literally, Sandy Cheeks is just like, I don't know why, but I feel like beating up Agatha.
and Vonnie would say goodbye to the people if they were here right now, but they had to go pick people up from work and stuff. Till then, from all of us to all of you, have a wonderful day, have a wonderful night, have an amazing time as we go into the post-stream. Goodbye, everyone. Say goodbye. Bye.